What's up guys, Bloodshed here. Welcome to the Demon Hunter Survival Starter Build for Diablo 3 Season 15. This is based on the Unhallowed Essence set. In these guides we take you from level 1 recommendations all the way up to like endgame, what you would be pushing on, and so forth. The description will have a perfect breakdown of every step of the process. We always kick things off with blood shards. Where do you get these blood shards? Bloodshed. You get them from the Challenge Rift bag. The Challenge Rift is going to reset on the 17th. So don't do your challenge rift next week on the 17th. Save it for the season. Once the season starts, make a seasonal character, then do your challenge rift, then claim your bag. Early game blood shard spendage for demon hunters is pretty bad in comparison to the other classes. I will cover some cool things that you can get and maybe what I would do if I was to main demon hunter next season. For instance, Raps of Clarity, good. Poxfald's good. And the Hellcat Waste card would be the best option at level 1 if you want to get this. I'm going to include a GR20 clear with grenades and the Hellcat and without, focusing more on rockets. Okay, so we have grenades and rockets are going to carry us for the GR20 clear. The Unhallowed Essence set doesn't offer too much in terms of multipliers, so we're going to need a little extra kick in some direction, and the Hellcat might be that kick for you, right? So if you're worried about the GR20 clear, get the Hellcat and you have no worries. If you're a veteran or a veteran to Demon Hunter or whatever and you feel pretty confident, then save your blood shards. You can use the bag at level 34 for a Cinder Coat because you can put this in the cube and then boom, you have one of the best items for Demon Hunters. And if you get the Black Feather, it actually buffs rockets. So then you have a multiplier for rockets. So you have like a 2 in 6, whatever, 7 chance for it. And yeah, save your bag if you're confident. If you're not so confident, get the Hellcat, and the Cinder Coat might be an option for you. So that's early game blood shard while leveling as a demon hunter. So this is more 1 to 70, what spells to take while you're leveling. Some of the best skill you can take is Chakram. Okay, Chakram is only 10 hatred, so it's super cheap to spam, and you want to go with Twin Chakram. It's going to have lots of coverage on the battlefield. This is definitely the best spell for leveling. You can even use this, you know, at 70, especially if you get any kind of multiplier with it. There's like a sort of ill will that buffs it even further. So this might be something that you use. Razor Disc is as strong as Multi-Shot, so this might be something you use, but it only, again, costs 10 hatred, whereas Multi-Shot costs 25 hatred and it costs 18 with a Lightning Rune. So definitely the best spell while leveling. Anything else is just extra. I wouldn't worry about any other spell. Whatever looks cool to you, just play it. Obviously, like Bad Companion will give you resource, Punishment gives you resource, things like that. Congratulations, Nephilim, you're now level 70. Boom. You went through the season journey and you got your 4-piece set. Now, what is that gonna do for us? Okay, so this is what we were talking about earlier. Your generators, the 2-piece, have a chance to give you increased hatred and discipline. So it's just a nice way to get more resources. So you want to carry a generator in your build. If you have the grenade belt, or you get it while leveling, or you get it with blood shards, you definitely want to roll with grenades. The best grenade rune, I believe, is Grenade Cache. I had the most fun with it and the most AoE. The 4-piece gains 60% damage reduction and deals 60% increased damage. So you do get a little damage kick there for 8 seconds if no enemy is within 10 yards of you. So as long as you're kiting or running away, you know, you should have no problem. 10 yards is about this distance. So as long as you're this far away from an enemy, you'll get a buff for 8 seconds. So it's pretty much always up. You can even tumble away and then the buff reactivates. You pretty much will always have this as long as you're kind of doing an effort to stay away from the enemy. And that's it. So no crazy big multiplier with the set. So we need something to focus on. So the first thing I focused on was rockets. So I'm using ballistics right here. If you had the Black Feather from level 34, remember you want to use that because it will buff the Black Feather proc as well. I'm using Spitfire turret. So you may have 2 turrets active at one time. The rockets from the turrets are also powered up. Arsenal shoots rockets. The rockets will help carry you early game. We're also using steady aim. We have to be 10 yards away anyway with the set, so it's like a perfect synergy. Blood Vengeance, resource is a problem early game, and then ambush. We do a lot of damage to enemies above 75% health. Everything is self-explanatory. I'm not using the prep invigoration rune because we don't have the 6-piece bonus yet. right? So you might be like, Blood, I thought discipline. You don't need that until you get the 6 piece. We're using punishment for more hatred, and then the bat for more hatred as well. If I had the cinder coat, make sure you use Trail of Cinders, right? Since it will reduce the resource cost of Vault. And we're using Tumble. So you can see this is a really good game. Basically, all you do is set up the turrets and fire multi-shot, and the rockets will carry you basically to victory. A few things to note, I would definitely go for, if you craft an item, craft a demon cloak, right? Don't craft a regular chest piece. If you get the demon cloak, you can get resource regen on it. You can see it says increases hatred regen by 125 up to 1.3. And that'll just give you more hatred, right? You want to focus on that. You want to start thinking before you hit your GR20 clear about max discipline on weapons as well. So you need max discipline on your weapon. You can see I have it here as a secondary. On the quiver, I have max discipline on my bow, and on the chest piece, I have max discipline. That's not the best, but you want to start thinking about, okay, I need things with max discipline, because when you get your 6-piece bonus, it's all based off of current max discipline. So start thinking about that stuff early. So you just completed your GR20 set and you equipped your 6-piece. Remember, put discipline on your weapons, offhand, and your chest piece. Mega important. Even if it costs too many resources early on, roll that max discipline. Even 10 is better than nothing, right? Because I know DBs are hard to come by early on. It's starting to turn more into a normal multi-shot build now that we have some more items, or we have our 6-piece. So let's jump in. You should be able to jump right into a T7 equivalent rift as soon as possible, and you'll be speed farming. For early game, Demon Hunter Bloodshard Spendage, I would definitely roll for Cinder Code. So I'd roll for chest pieces, and that way I can put it in the cube, because that 30% RCR is going to be important, reduce cost resource. It's going to be really important for you. And probably like Nemesis Bracers would be incredible, like even for your whole group. If you're in a set group of people, like if you have a squad with you, then maybe I would just not roll NEMs, but that might be something to consider for the group, since you don't really need anything past this point. It's all gravy from here, right? The Dawn is going to be important, but you can't really roll for weapons. At Kadala, that's not too efficient. Woo! Don't die, Blood. Don't die, Blood. So you can see, you can speed farm right away, and you're going to crush it. It's Demon Hunter. They're pretty much the kings of T13 with Monk and Bounties. So you're good to go, man. Enjoy your OP-ness. Or, the hardship is over. Once you get that 6-piece, the hardship is over. The only thing that would stop you, like I was said 3 times already, is the discipline. You would be confused, and it's based on your current max discipline. So you can't spam too much. It's based on this current tank here, right? So if you're tumbling, rumbling, tumbling down, and you're like, man, I'm not doing as much damage, it's literally based on your current max. So keep that high. For the Hope of Cain recipe, I would only focus on the Yang's recurve bow. That's going to give you the biggest bump. 50% faster, and its damage is increased by 200. There also is a RCR cost attached to the Yang's recurve. I would do this over the Dawn, over everything, for your Death's Breath. For your blood shards, like I said, 25 on the chest, and possibly the belt and the bracers. And then once you get that, then obviously you can go for the Dawn, but I feel like you'll get the Dawn eventually. But if you don't, and you're forced to use your materials on it, then so be it. The Dawn's over here, Blood. It's in D's. D's for Dawn. I will put this speed build in the description of the video. Your bounty build. So the bounty build is confusing for some people because it's a little different. Bounty builds, like, you don't need NEMs in transition, especially if you're not attached to an Ingium. So Demon Hunters don't use Ingium. So you would use like the Wraps of Clarity to survive boss fights, a Krem's buff belt to give you more movement speed in between packs, since you don't really need gold wrap and you don't need witching hour per se. Like, your job is to get around fast, and some of those bounties you have to get to the 2nd floor, you gotta run all the way around to boss fights, and you're gonna be tumbling and running through enemies a lot, so it leaves you vulnerable. And also the elusive ring is a good choice. So we add a little bit of tankiness, a little bit more utility. Demon Hunter definitely has the damage regardless, so you don't have to worry about it so much. And yeah, it's a little different. I'll put the links in the description. Just know that there's things you don't need when you're doing bounties versus T13. This is arguably the best set for Demon Hunters in terms of you can do bounties, probably the best bounty build in the game. You can do T13, at least tied for the best T13 build in the game. And you can push with it. So UE is one of the most powerful sets in the game. There is only that small speed bump until you get your 6-piece, but after that, it's go, 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 right? You have all your power, and as long as you're playing properly, you'll have no problem succeeding in the season, Nephilims. Follow me up above at twitch.tv/bloodshed. I usually go live like 9 in the morning Pacific to about 6 p.m. Pacific at night. That's been like my schedule. When the season goes live, I might get on early. That way I can get more hours, and I like to grind and no life the season just like everyone else. Hopefully the video helped you. I do all these starter builds based off of love for the community and people asking me, and it makes me feel good when people are like, hey Blood, like it worked out, or whatever, or your build inspired me to do this. I just love Diablo, I love the community, and I appreciate you guys. So hopefully you like the videos. I'm rambling again at the end of a video. This is the Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.